In a sobering moment at the beginning of Andreas Weber's 2019 book, Enlivenment, Toward a Poetics of the Anthropocene, he describes the rise of mental health problems in recent years. He points to a prediction the World Health Organization makes about how depression will rank as the leading cause of global burden and disease by the year 2030. Andreas Weber's sobering insight in this text relates depression to not feeling alive anymore. It is no surprise then that our posture toward reading follows the same tragic fate. In an attempt to systematize reading, literary theorists tried to objectify aesthetics, and for some strange reason, we wonder why our students no longer feel excited by reading. We blame technology for distracting them instead of looking in the mirror. Surrounded by dead authors and weak metaphors, the structures of our texts are destroyed, and we are expected to play among the rubble-filled wasteland. Well, take heed, reader. April has lasted far too long. It is time for reading's renaissance. Carnal hermeneutics foregrounds the body in the interpretive act that follows the reception of any experience. This kind of reading rejects static perceptions that lead to myopic interpretations and embraces dynamic perceptions in favor of active, living, and relational interpretations. What that means is that we increase our capacity for reciprocity when we read, with an open mind, open pores, and open postures of our bodies. The eco-philosopher David Abram reminds us how primal this kind of approach really is. Quote, "Ultimately, it is not human language that is primary, but rather the sensuous, perceptual life world whose wild participatory logic ramifies and elaborates itself in language." And what does it mean to recognize that hermeneutics, the science of interpretation, is not just a cognitive response to the opacity of language, but a bodily reaction? The carnal hermeneutic approach that Irish philosopher Richard Kearney describes offers us a new way of apprehending phenomena, a way that celebrates life, a way that offers an alternative to the death reading that characterized the humanities for so long. He writes, quote, "What we propose, therefore, at a moment when questions of matter, flesh, and body call out for new thinking, is to revisit the deep and inextricable relationship between sensation and interpretation, to show how both are, as Aristotle once noted, modes of hermeneutic mediation, metaxou. Our wager in this volume is that such a move may help us better understand how constantly reading flesh, interpreting senses, and orienting bodies in passion and place, even as we symbolize and dream. This is the task of carnal hermeneutics." End quote. Carnal hermeneutics embraces the body's role in the process of meaning-making, celebrating both phenomenology and hermeneutics, not as opposing tendencies, but as practices that are already implicated with one another. Both phenomenology and hermeneutics are typically associated with reception instead of creation, but creation is an integral part of both methods of inquiry, and what's more, reading demands it.